use blacksmithing, clothing, and woodworker in the same times, and that will be interesting. It encourage again players to play the game, to craft better, and
I was collecting this stone tooth mystery meat as part of the New Life Festival, and I was thinking it's not really that much of a mystery, is it? I just killed a wolf to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wolf meat. It's not a mystery. Anyway, sorry.
Yes, which is going to be amazing. I'm genuinely looking forward to us going in there as a group, 12-man group, doing the raids. I think we're going to be testing it on PTS as well, getting some new gear, and also, you know,
our third competition time.
Awesome.
In honour of all of the new monster helms, the words are going to be "I like hats." You have the opportunity to win 20,000 gold if you're watching this live.
We haven't won it once. Not once. Not a cent. Nothing.
well,
People pay me not to back on horses that they're fancying for a race. Because if I put money on them,
yeah, it's not going to win.
they run in the opposite direction. So it was a request a while ago for us to wear silly hats. So it's official.
that's a chapka.
Official.
Official name.
A hat. Yeah. I haven't got a dead cat on my head. It's definitely a hat.
Hello everyone! Welcome for this new episode of Alith-Cast. How are you guys?
Good.
Very nice.
It helps if I unmute my microphone, doesn't it? You know, I'm saying. Good. Just unmute
So, hi everyone, and today we have a new guest. So let me introduce you, Azrall. How are you, Azrall?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
We also have Nicky as our guest.
Hello.
You have seen him already last week, right? Or no, last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my co-host, Cyretti.
Hello.
So this show, we will be speaking about Final Fantasy, the new patch, and mostly the live letter. So we will give you more detail about the discussion we had previously, where we were discussing about each element of this patch, but now we have more information. First of all, the date of release, which is the 22 May, so it's next Tuesday, and because of it, we will have a 24 hours maintenance. But that's for later. Let's start by the introduction, and I would like to know a little bit more about our guest. So Azrall, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I guess, yeah, my name's Azrall, or Alan, depends whatever you want to call me. I'm not a complete stranger to Alith. A little bit of Alith history for you. I was one of the original founders, if that's any claim to fame, along with Bell and Nalroz back in the days of Ion Online. We were kind of like a very gorgeous trio of gentlemen running around recruiting people and building a guild. So yeah, although I'm not in the guild anymore, I still keep in touch with Bel, and we've got a long-lasting friendship. So yes, I am an original founder of Alith, so you're welcome, guys. That's the quick version. I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV since version 1. I say since version 1. I had a little spell of about 6 months in version 1 before obviously it closed down for A Realm Reborn, and I was invited to the alpha of that, which shocked me completely. So you could say I've been playing A Realm Reborn and Final Fantasy for about 5 years now.
Oh, so that's
part of the furniture, really.
Yeah, you're a specialist. So I'm interested to do that because I've seen not long ago this very long documentary about Final Fantasy. And so what was your impression during that moment? Because you were one of the few that stick with the game while it was, buggy and going to be sunset. So what was your impression of that moment?
It was kind of weird, really, because, I did enjoy what I've worked there, a bit of my teeth in. I enjoyed version 1 for what it was, but for me, it was just a clone of Final Fantasy XI, and I played that and done that. So when I heard that they were revamping it, I was kind of like, what are they going to do? And it was kind of a bit touch and go. And then I got invited to the alpha, and then I sort of walked in, and I was like, well, this is different. This looks like an MMO. This is what it should look like. Okay, so I'd walk around, do a bit of combat, and then I clicked a few buttons. I'm like, oh my God, it's like a real MMO. I'm playing a real MMO. This is fantastic. And then the rest is history, I guess. So I was quite impressed with the way they turned things around, and I'm happy it's going the way it's going. It's a huge, huge improvement.
So were you playing on TOS Legacy server? I
was on Sarganatus back in the day. Sarganatus? Yeah, I think that's the right name. It's one of the American servers that they all chucked us on.
So you're also a Final Fantasy streamer. So can you tell us where we can find you and what kind of content you're streaming?
Well, I would say I'm not solely a Final Fantasy streamer. I started streaming Final Fantasy XIV, and then I kind of branched out at the request of some of the guys who follow me, and they were like, you should play some more variety. So I kind of did, and I kind of branched out. So I'm more like a variety stream at the moment, but I do stream Final Fantasy on Thursdays and Sundays when I'm doing my raiding with my raid group. So if you do want to come and see me fail miserably, because we're not very good, you can follow me on Twitch TV/AsAvarus, and also follow me on Twitter as well, at Azrall, and you can see some updates on there. But essentially, I just raid a lot on Twitch, and there's lots of swearing, lots of tactics and other cool things. I occasionally will jump out of the raid and then do some roulettes and teach people how to tank in 10 seconds, because basically that's all you need now when you're playing Warrior especially. It takes 10 seconds to learn Warrior in Stormblood. That's all I'll say.
Maybe I will need to get some lesson from you to learn to tank with my Warrior. Okay, that's great. So, Nicky, do you want to say something about you today? Like, in case some people were not present in the first episode?
Well, yeah, okay. I guess I'm... my name's Nicky. Hi, nice to meet you. So guys, most of you who do know me already know that I stream most of the time with Elloa. We play a variety of games, including Final Fantasy, and WoW, and a bunch of others too. But most people will probably already know me via you, I think, hopefully. And if not, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice. You can follow him on Twitter as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Cyretti, what do you think of jumping into the discussion of today? But before that, I need to tell you guys, we have a very cool giveaway like every episode, but today it is a little bit special. So we have one giveaway for everyone. So do not matter which server you are on, it's a mock station prize generously offered by Belazarus. But before that, there's also one giveaway of 500,000 gil to obtain on servers. So you need to be on the cool server, Cerberus, which is not Odin, the other server of Azrall, and all those other Final Fantasy streamers. So if you are on the cool servers, if you're not yet, you just transfer, and then you will find Belazarus in a zone, and the first person to trade Belazarus will obtain those 500,000 gil. So when the contest will start, I will give you the name of the zone. It's just not for right now, but so you're aware that there will be a little contest. You have already the time to get into the game and be ready to teleport. So, that being said, let's see about the subject of today. So, the newsletter. So the patch 4.3 had been announced. We know it will be released next Tuesday. It is, how it's called again? Damn, I forgot the name. Moonlight something. Moonlight Crying, Moonlight Shadow.
Moonlight.
Under the Moonlight. It's almost like a song. So, first of all, we will have, of course, new main story quest, and we have seen a new trailer about it. So we will be showing you the trailer, guys, but if you do not want any sort of spoiler, then you can just close your eyes and, close your ears and not watch it. But I think that it's nice. Most of you have seen it already, but it's a cool trailer that gives some hints about what is to come in terms of story and other features. So, and we will be discussing about the story mode at that point. Okay, so beside that, what do we have? Do you have anything to say about the story or the? I thought that Belle will just put this
I was kind of waiting for the trailer, to be honest.
Yeah, just
go trailer.
Me too. I thought it would start
trailer.
like that.
You just can't get the staff these days, guys. Honestly.
So we will be speaking about the next point meanwhile. So we have also the new Beast Tribe. And for the new Beast Tribe, we have different information about it. So, for instance, Nicky, what do you think of it? The mount.
Well, I need it, obviously. I mean, this is probably the singular feature of this patch that I'm looking forward to. I want the mount, I want a fish friend, and I'll do crafting to get it. I mean, I need it. Yeah. But did you read, though, that they have a weakness to tea, Elloa?
They have a weakness to tea?
Yes.
That means they enjoy it.
No, that means it kills them, surely.
Oh, really? I'm learning something really useful now.
Yeah, the Namazu, this is a direct quote, the Namazu, despite their appetizing figures and weakness to tea. What? So, I mean, you're right. It could mean that they really like tea too much, maybe like you. Or it could mean that it makes them very sick and die. Who knows?
If it helps, I really like tea as well. Tea is one of the greatest things in the universe and needs to be recognized worldwide. That is the greatest thing in the universe.
Well, what's interesting also is that not only we've seen this beautiful mount, and this has been caused the admiration of everyone. Every big streamer, YouTuber like Mr. Happy, for instance, or Very Merry, they have commented about that mount, that it's the coolest mount in the game, because not only it's unique, but you have this kind of, I don't know how you can call that, it's so typical thing that you find in Asia during festival and such, that is carried by 6 Namazu, and they are walking around making little noise, but when the mount is taken away, they are hanging like they are like, ah! So it's really, really cool. And one character is hanging on the side. I would have thought it would be more fun if the person was sitting like in a throne, but I don't think it's a throne. I think it's really something that you find in festival, more like carrying a relic or something like this.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting mount. I mean, I quite like the design of it, and I think they've put lots of effort into it to making it look nice, but it's not something I'll be getting. I'm not a huge mount collector. Mm-hmm. I mean, my raid team really loved me when we do like bird farming or horse, pony farming and the dog farming, because I just don't want the mounts. So it's like I'm quite in demand because everyone's like, oh, we need a tank. As would you like to tank because you don't want any of the mounts? And yeah, okay. I'm quite happy with my because I always have my chocobo out when I'm leveling or grinding in the field. I never summon anything else because it's always out. So I have all these mounts in my inventory that I just never use, and I'm also a free mount giver. So if anyone would like to borrow me for less items to roll on, then go for it.
So yeah.
I think the main reason I like it is because it's very much like the sedia gestatoria, like the chair the Pope gets carried around in. It's that's why I like it. I want to be the Pope.
Yeah, but you will not be sitting on it. You will be hanging like the Namazu on the side.
Well, it's the closest thing to being the Pope.
Okay. Well, we also know the location of the Namazu, and I must say that it surprised me. It's in Azim Steppe, on the top of a cliff. So I would have expected it to be in the Ruby Sea instead. Like maybe in the water or an island or something like this. But no, Azim Steppe. Does anyone has been surprised as well?
Well, if you look at the map, they're like close to a river, so maybe they live in the river or something like that.
Maybe it's not sea fish, but river fish.
Yeah, there are like a couple of waterways, and one of them goes towards the Nuatorite, so maybe it has something to do with that. Or
more likely, they've already got those turtle beast tribes in the Ruby Sea, so they wanted to put it somewhere else.
Yeah,
boring reason. That's probably it, to be honest. Like, we've already got beast tribes in the sea. Yeah. Let's make them freshwater, and out they're freshwater fish. Out they go.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I think that now we have our trailer ready. So let's see. Let's go. Let's watch it.
To the very depths I have sunk. My soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core.
How can it be? He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo.
Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience.
You will pay for what you have done with blood!
I have no doubt you believe what you say. The idea is inconceivable, absurd, but worthy of investigation nonetheless.
In the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds.
Is something wrong to you?
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm so
Don't.
sorry. Here, there's no need to cry.
Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Chosen agent, the hand which tolls the warning bell.
Oh, that's so good.
Exciting. So we will avoid all spoiler during this discussion. So even if we discuss about different things, it will be spoiler free. So do not worry, guys. Even if you have not accomplished the main story until now, you will not have spoilers. But it's interesting to know that the main story will already be divided in 7 quests. So we know that there will be it's not just 7 quests, 7 chain quests with a lot of cutscene and different things. We already know the protagonist of the story, and without knowing how it will end, it seems to be very smoky.
It's very Final Fantasy. That's all I'm going to say. You look at it and you think, yeah, that's Final Fantasy. But my main concern with the story is that I'm still trying to figure out where they're going with it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because, for example, at the end of Heavensward, the actual Heavensward expansion, before the rest of the patches came into it, you kind of got the impression that the story wasn't over and things were going that way, and this could be interesting. But with Stormblood, I found that once you finish the story in the expansion, I was kind of like, well, we've done everything. What could you possibly do? Okay, there's a few bits to tidy up. And I'm now looking at it going, well, where are we going with this? We came and did what we were meant to do. Can I go home now?
Oh, yeah. I got what you mean. But there's obviously dark plots going on. And what was nice in the first patch is to see that what we were doing into the main story of Stormblood was not completely finished and achieved. You had to settle it a little bit. And while you were settling it to make things becoming better, because it's all good to make a revolution, kill the villain and settle everything. But after there's a rebuilding part, and that's where we are going. But here there's something like a spine, a thorn in the feet, and what is going to become out of that.
And I also think they actually played it pretty well, because they can actually go a lot of different ways now. It's very hard to anticipate how the story is going to go forward. Meanwhile, with the previous quest line, there weren't really any big plot twists and stuff. It was all pretty predictable about what's going to happen. But now I've actually no idea what's gonna go down in the next couple of quests. So it actually makes me very interested in how it will continue.
Yeah, me too. Because there's some situation, some character I care about, and I want to see them succeeding and be happy and have a happy life. And it feels like there will be some betrayal or some bad things going on.
I just hope there's some good, some good character development this time around.
Yeah, some characters kind of need it.
Is that the only trailer that's been released for this patch, or is there another?
Just this one, I believe.
Yeah, that's the only one. And it's mostly the story trailer, I think.
Yeah, that was my point. That trailer, and again, I'm going to be devil's advocate, bored the tears out of me. because I'm not interested in the characters or the story. So I was just wondering, if they planned on doing, a trailer highlighting the other features that are going to be coming in the patch that people like me will care about.
Well, but they have done that. You have everything in this trailer. You have the new dungeon. You have the new alien thread. You have.
There wasn't anything from Heaven on High in there, I think, maybe, but we may.
Well, they showed Heaven on High as in the exterior.
Yes.
Yeah, but
nothing
the
inside.
exterior, you can go see the exterior yourself now in the game. So.
Yeah, you even have the Namazu also shortly. They have kind of gathered a little bit of everything during this trailer. Of course, the emphasis and uncertain character that's. You recognize them easily, while the other plot are maybe, more diluted into the whole trailer. But they show Eureka, they show everything.
I think that's it. Because I watched the trailer, of course, and I didn't recognize any of the characters there because I've not been interested in following the story. So I didn't really know what was story and what wasn't. So maybe I missed the parts that I would be interested about.
Yeah.
And that's why story is important.
I mean, how could you not be interested in Xenos? How could you not be interested in Xenos?
I don't know. I mean, there's just nothing about the Final Fantasy story that grabs me, honestly. And I know I'm probably in the minority here, and most people love it and they have their reasons, and that's fine. I'm not saying that they're wrong. Just for me personally,
is it the Stormblood story you don't like?
No,
it's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing. It's the storytelling, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I guess sometimes when I play games, I just like to do things and kill things. I'm not really interested in a rich story and a rich lore and a rich background. I just want to get in and kill things or collect things or whatever I happen to be doing at that time, and I don't want to be interrupted by cutscenes and stories that I'm not even slightly interested in, and that's why I've not really been following the story, and I'll probably upset a couple of people, but I'm sorry.
That's fair enough. I mean, I would say that I find the Stormblood story the weakest out of the series so far. And
really?
I think Heaven's Ward had the best story, then A Realm Reborn did, then followed by Stormblood. And that's only because I kind of felt like with Stormblood, you were just there for the ride. You didn't actually, play any huge part in it. You were just there. And I always said that Stormblood should have had an extra tagline that the Warrior Light was a bitch. Because throughout the entirety of the story, it's like, you must do this, you must do that, we have to do this, we have to do that. Come on, let's do this. She's like, oh, hang on, I just said I'd lend a hand. I didn't say I'm going to do all this for you. And you kind of just get dragged into something that, you didn't sign up for. And it just kind of felt like that all the way through. And that seems to be the basis of the Stormblood story. Whereas in Heaven's Ward, you played a huge pivotal role in changing everything. And the same with A Realm Reborn. With Stormblood, you just kind of, I don't know, it's like a massive side quest.
For me, I was extremely interested by the character in Stormblood, and I'm never really interested into the Empire because I don't know why I don't like them. Well, yes, I know why, but I don't like them. I don't want to go in their castle. When we started to be on Doma, I really enjoyed it because I really had the feeling to go through different area, to meet some people, to help them. And in the end, in the scenario, then it's like everyone is gathering to do something cool together. And to remind me of the structure or certain series of stories or movies or anime where you meet different person, and they seems not important at that time, but in the end they are there to help you out. And when that happened in the scenario of Stormblood, it really was like, wow, this is so cool, and all those people will have help now are there. And so I was really happy about it. I really like the character in Stormblood, and I think that's the reason why I enjoy the story of Stormblood the most in between the three stories.
Well, I must say I do also really like the middle of the Heavensward storyline, not as much the end and the beginning, but like the middle part, if people know what I mean. Around level, I think it's 55, 65. That's the prime part for me. But I'm probably biased against the base game storyline because I had to go through that all in one go because I wanted to reach Heavensward as soon as possible, and those are so many quests, so I just started skipping cutscenes over there because I just couldn't be bothered anymore. And I was just reading through the wiki to see what was actually happening. But yeah, I also like the maybe just a bit of personal preference. I like to be the character that just happened to be there. And that's, as you said, exactly what Stormblood is. You're just there and you decide to help out because you're an awesome character. But yeah, it's something I like in a lot of games. Just you're not the driving force, but you're necessary for everything to fit together. And that's kind of what Stormblood is.
Yeah, I got that. So we'll have to see how things are turning in this new chapter of the story. And it will be nice to have a discussion about that precisely and making speculation about the next part and how it will end in a next episode. We will do a next episode about stories in particular. So, do you have anything you want to say more? Because Azrall, you were very interested, I think, by the story.
I think I've covered pretty much what I was going to say without, spoiling anything, because it's very difficult not to spoil it.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see where they're taking it with the villain, because obviously you get to a certain point in Stormblood, and now you see that trailer, and you're like, okay, please explain. What are you doing with this? Don't quite understand. But like I said, I'm interested to see where they take that arc of it in particular, because I like the villain a lot, and I think he could go pretty far depending if they do it right. But they also need to make sure that they get it right, if that makes sense, and not throw it away and make it all a bit silly. But we'll see.
Another story is actually, and I was quite surprised about that, and I think it would be a nice subject of discussion. So the Alliance thread, which is called exactly the Lighthouse of something, which I never remember.
Ridorana.
Yeah, the Ridorana Lighthouse, and it has been said in this live letter that it will be really story heavy to the point where you almost feel it like it's the main story. So there will be extending the plots a lot more. So what do you think, guys, about that?
I hope they don't put cutscenes in the fights in between. Otherwise, people are going to miss a lot of the fights the first time they go in there.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I like that there's a big element of story to it, but I don't know. I hope that it's a good. Well, I said the story. Okay, is it's all right so far. It's not my favorite, but I don't want them to make it a huge anticlimax like the Void Ark and Dunscape raids were, because I was so hyped for that after Void Ark, thinking, oh wow, we've got Diablos. He's doing something really awesome. Oh my god, this is exciting. And then you got to the end of I think it's I can't remember the last. Is it what's the last one called? Dunscape, I think it is.
Yeah, Dunscape is the last one.
You get to the end of it, and it's like, okay. It's like a huge anticlimax for me, and it's like, oh well, that didn't go very well.
I think they handled the first one better with the Labyrinth and the tower, the Circus Tower and Darkness. So hopefully they can live up to that level and not Dunscape. So
yeah, I don't know. Personally, for I think that the main story is better to be, or the story content is better for solo content, because once you get group involved, it's kind of annoying. When I was doing the tower, I skip through the story. I tried to follow it, but I could not because I was on Discord with a group of persons that were chatting over this cutscene. I could not tell them shush. And I tried to mute, watch my story, and I knew that people were waiting for me. So I was stressed. I said, my God, this is so long. I need to hurry. People will not wait for me 20 minutes of cutscene. And I'm not really sure that I find it super nice if it needs to be really separate from the raid itself to not cause this kind of issue, because I think it's not the best place to have a long story.
Well, with the last one, they actually did it by just having a bunch of quests before you can access the raid. Yeah. So if you look at the patch notes, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 quests listed under Return to Ivalice. So I think they will just do that again with a lot of quests with cutscenes before and after the raid, but not actually during the raid.
I think it's better to do that way, because it needs something that you can do solo to prepare yourself, and then you make your group and then you go in.
It would make more sense to do it with quests in between, because the last thing we want is to have every raid and every big dungeon like the main scenario is now, where you can't skip cutscenes. I mean, I appreciate why they've done that, but it's really killed the main scenario roulette. I mean, I can't remember the last time I went into roulette and it took me 90 minutes to complete because everyone was watching cutscenes. I mean, there should have been a different way to do that, and I do hope that they change that in some way, as in, I don't know, maybe you can join a separate instance with a group of new people and all watch the cutscene together and then can complete the dungeon, and then everyone who's done that can do the roulette, because I've now stopped doing main scenario roulettes because I don't have that much time to kill. So they need to break up the story and keep it separate from the raids. Otherwise, we're just going to end up in that scenario where it's lose-lose for everyone, because the people who have seen it can't continue, and the people who haven't seen it will just sit there and watch and then not do any of the fights, and then the toxicity that's flowing around will maintain and keep going, and everyone will just shout at each other.
Yeah, it's important, especially this is Alliance Roulette, so this is something that you are doing most of the time. Most people are doing it via the group finder, the duty finder, and not with a guild. So it's also something where you're involved with people that you do not know, and you need to be respectful, and it's more fast-paced and stuff like this. So yeah, however, I really enjoy the decor they use in those kind of dungeon. Usually it's really cool. And the first part, Ribana's Day, was extremely nice. I really enjoyed the decor. And here we've seen some image and some cutscene, and it's look like the inside of a giant clock or something with mechanism, and it seems to be interesting.
And just the scenery in general, when you see the ship and the lighthouse at the waterfall, it looks really impressive.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, the aesthetics looks pretty nice. I mean, looking at the trailer and some of the pictures, it does look like an interesting place. But I kind of get the impression, like every other big Alliance raid, is that they will showcase a really interesting part which lasts 30 seconds. A bit like the waterways in the Rabanastra raid. They showcase that a lot in the trailers, and you're like, oh wow, this area looks pretty cool, but you're in there for 20 seconds and it serves no purpose to the raid whatsoever other than being filler, and it's kind of like, oh well, thanks for that.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool too anyway. So yeah, you see, to have this beautiful scenery, even if it's not used, it still adds a little bit of adventure feel in between the fight, and I kind of appreciate that they have added that. Now, if they could do it within the fight, that would be awesome, but I think that might be a bit complicated.
Yeah, with the scenery in the dungeons as well and stuff, I almost never noticed those unless, like, I was doing a run of one of the dungeons, was the 30th or 40th time I was in there, and that was the first time I noticed some of the elements around me, because most people just don't pay attention to those, because the mob is in front of you and that thing needs killing, so why look around?
I'm always paying a lot of attention to those because that's what I enjoy in a dungeon. The fight is accessory. Speaking of scenery, guys, are you ready to find Belazarus in the first place? So Belazarus is this big giant Rogadin, all dressed in white. It's called Belazarus the White. So you cannot miss him. And it's not a small Lalafel, so it's a big Rogadin with a white cloak. And is hidden somewhere in Central Shroud. So guys, take your teleport, just go in Central Shroud, and the first one of you that find Belazarus, you need to initiate the trade, and you will receive 500,000 gil, which is quite a price. You can almost buy a house, or just a carpet for your house.
I was going to say, you could just about buy a carpet for it then.
Yeah, just a carpet.
I used to be rich, and then I bought a
house. Do you want
a
chair?
You can have half a chair for 500,000.
Yeah.
So we were speaking about housing. Let's continue in that discussion. There's a few items that has been shown during these live letters. Have you seen them, Nicky?
No, I haven't seen any of the housing items. No. But are you talking about new furniture and stuff? Or?
Yeah, you will have different little things. But one thing, I think it has been designed during a contest, or I'm completely missing the point here. The kitchen, you have a long kitchen desk, or I don't know how you call that.
Like a kitchen worktop kind of thing?
Yeah. And I think that people will be happy about that because they are very often creating their own using different objects to make the illusion, and here there will be one made already. So it's pretty cool. There's also other item. We have the suspicion that they could come from the Namazu. It's a little lamp that looks like a Azim Step yurt, but it's a small lamp to decorate in your home.
Okay. And these are presumably will be craftables and things you can buy from the market board that other people have crafted and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but here this is two new furniture that will be added. So it has not been said how you can obtain them. Okay. Have they?
I don't think so. I think I remember in the live letter there was talk that the picnic set was craftable. But then again, that was someone live translating on the spot, so I don't know. But the picnic set looks nice. I can see myself putting it in my garden and sitting there when I'm AFK. and maybe doing a spot of roleplay if that tickles my fancy. I do like that they are making it a more personal experience with the housing. It is nice to see because most MMOs, you buy a house, you add a chair, you add a table, that's it, job done. But with Final Fantasy, there's obviously a huge element with housing, and I quite like that. The only issue I've got with the housing is that it's just far too expensive. I don't know how anyone can actually physically manage to do everything or to get the house of their dreams without spending all their money. I think, and also with the housing prices, I don't understand the logic behind the markup or the percentage increases. I don't know if it's the same on all servers, but on Odin, for example, a small plot varies between 3 to 3.5 million. Yeah. Not got so much of a huge issue with that. That's okay. But then you go to a medium house and that's 10 million. It's like, okay,
it's quite a jump.
And then I'm not sure how much a large mansion is, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 30 million gil.
I thought it was 40 or 45.
Yeah, I think I think 43 is on the average.
Yeah.
Server.
But I mean, even so, for an FC, okay, if you've got, I'd say 300 members in the FC and they all donate a bit of money, you could achieve that. But what if you're an FC who's got 50 members in and you want a big house to put all your FC stuff in, for example, all your furnishings, blah, blah, blah. You've then, if you haven't got the money yourself as an FC leader, you've then got to ask your 50 members, can you give me 1 million gil each so we can buy this house?
I think we got a winner.
Oh wow! I think the thing, the main issue with this, and I think one of the reasons why the housing is as costly as it is because of the way they do their housing, in that it's finite. There's not an unlimited number of instanced homes. So they have to kind of price them according to that, so that, you know, if they were 5 million each for the large homes, then everybody would just want one, you know?
I'm going to interrupt you, sorry, to announce the winner of the 500,000 gil. It's Negate. Congratulations. No, it's not you. Negate, congratulations to you. Now you will have a lot of friends, suddenly. They will ask you stuff.
Do we get to find out where he was found? Because I'll be honest, 20 minutes before the stream started, I went looking for him and I couldn't find him.
Yeah, they are. We can see it on the screen. Everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
You see the exact location, and I think Cal also has found Belazarus, if I recognize correctly the person. I think it's our friend Cal. Congratulations to Negate. Okay, Nicky, you can resume to your.
I was kind of done. I was just basically saying, because there is a finite number of houses, it's not unlimited. I think they're priced to purposely price people out of them. I think that's the whole point. You know, if everybody could afford a large one, then there'd be huge uproar because there wouldn't be enough available.
Yeah, I get that, but there wasn't enough available anyway because they allowed people to buy 10 houses each.
True, but imagine how it would be otherwise.
I get that. I just think that, you know, you're playing a game for fun. You're paying them subscription every month. You want to enjoy yourself, but you have to be rich to buy, you know, a luxury item that's in-game. And I just think it's a little bit harsh. I mean, I get what you're saying, that, you know, everyone would have one. I can, you know, fully appreciate that. But at the end of the day, people will leave the game and the house will get demolished and it'll get put back on the market. I just think to deliberately price people out of a game they're paying for to enjoy themselves is a little bit, I say, of a dick move, but that's just my personal opinion.
Well, I suppose it really depends on what value you put on, you know, in-game home. It's not so much that they're completely stopping you from having a home. They're just curbing your... I want to use the word entitlement, but I don't mean it in a negative way. Your request for a big house, essentially. I mean, there's nothing stopping you. Like me and Elloa did. In fact, we bought a small one. It took us like a year to save up enough gold for it, but we did get a small one when they released new ones recently. But yeah, I guess it's not that they're not stopping you from having a home. They're just basically saying, hey, you gotta lower your expectations a little bit, unless you want to, you know, farm the crap out of gold, or I'm going to call it gold, by the way, because Jill, what is that?
It's the Final Fantasy currency.
Has it always been the Final Fantasy currency?
Yes.
Or?
Yes.
In every game.
What's wrong with golds? Like,
gold's too common.
It's Jill, you know, it's like dollars or euro, but it's Jill. Could have been yen, but it's Jill.
But yeah, no, I do understand completely what you're saying. You know, when you buy a game, you want to be able to, you know, when you pay a subscription and buy a game, you want to be able to do everything that game offers. But at the same time, it's not completely impossible to achieve those things, right? It just depends on how much time.
Yeah, it's a question of commitment, and I think in Final Fantasy you have commitment for everything. So I'm not going to discuss so much about the housing system, because I know it's a subject that is very difficult and you have a lot of different opinion. And the thing is that I do not really have a strong opinion myself, which is why I don't really want to get into it, because I don't really know what to say about it. Yeah. But it is more like, I think for every game and everything you're doing, you have a certain commitment to do. So if you want the Namazumant, you need to have your crafter and do your dailies, and it may take a long time, but do you want it or don't you want? It's not something obligatory, so you just have to make the choice if you want to invest yourself or not into that. It's the same thing with hardcore raiding. Do you want to be the best and try this world first new ultimate or not. But if you want, then you have to put the effort. And I think it's kind of nice to have different area of the game, which are different for different type of gamer that require commitments. And so you can have this sense of achievement to have accomplished something big, even if you're not a hardcore raider or top PvPers, but you just have a lot of time, or you craft a lot, or you just play with the market board and you're super rich.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what other things had been announced, because what we have is that we have the patch coming Tuesday, and there is not everything coming Tuesday. So what we have is the main story, of course. We have the new Alliance thread, and we have the new dungeon. That's what's coming. So the new dungeon, it is called the Swallow Compass. It's a new dungeon in Xanxia, and we have seen probably some of the bosses in the trailer, but it's difficult to see which bosses are which, I guess. But we will have another feature that we have not talked so much about. It's the new domain reconstruction system, or the new domain enclave. So basically you can sell the item that you don't want, and it will help this domain enclave to evolve and grow. I guess it's by it's personal, it's not on the server, right? What do you have to say about that point, guys? Is it something that interests you?
Something that interests me, because you get a lot of sundry items from the game that you don't want. And I hope that they implement it in a way where you can actually sell, lots of trash items for a slightly higher incentive than just taking it to a vendor and getting 1 gil for 50 items. It's interesting that they've brought it in now. I thought it was something that could have been done earlier in the game, but it is something that interests me, and I might take a time to look at it, because I don't tend to delve too much into side things like beast quests or crafting, because I just don't enjoy it. I mean, crafting bores me to tears. I mean, I tried fishing for about 10 minutes and fell asleep at my desk, and that's a genuine story. That's a genuine story. But yeah, the Domain Enclave looks really cool. I mean, I've had a flick through earlier, and I'm flicking through now. And it just says, in exchange for items donated, players will receive gratuity that amounts to slightly more than that you'd normally be received. So maybe you get 2 gil instead of 1 gil for an item. I don't know, but it's fun. And if the incentive is to keep building it to get higher rewards, then it's a way of making money, which is something that's very important in Final Fantasy if you want a house.
Yeah, but if you want the house, they say that the vendor will be capped weekly, and the amount of gil you'll be able to earn there. And if the screenshot is to be believed, 20,000 gil, that's not really house material. But
no.
Yeah, and I also hope that you might be able to dump the unnecessary stuff you get from just killing mobs and stuff there. And I hope it might translate to some actual world building as well. It would be nice that after a certain amount of donations, a new building would be added or something would be repaired.
Yeah, I think that's what they say, that you are participating to the rebuild of this enclave, and you will see the change in the real world that you're providing. Maybe it will unlock quests or something. I don't know. If they could add a new sort of activity, things like the Chloe book, or they can add a system a little bit like that, maybe into that. I don't know how it could be possible. But that just, it's because something that I find in Final Fantasy that puzzles me a little bit is that they put so many new systems and such that it's you get a bit lost. Oh yeah, this is a new thing, so you can do that. I mean, especially when you're a new player catching up, you have so much things to learn at once. This is how I felt. Oh yeah, and they this and that and this and that, and you do not really have always a consistency between everything. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, beside the new dungeon. And this, what we will have the guest book. They have not added so much information about this in the live letter, I think. And that's about it. That's what will happen for the first patch, the 22 of May. After that, we will have 3 other patches with 3 other pieces of content. The 4.31, the Ultima weapon will be released, and that's going to be released the 5th of June. So the 5th of June, if you want to attempt the world first, that's when the race is starting, and the ultimate is the most difficult content. So they have done it first time in the end of Avansward, and this is the second time they're making a ultimate version of a fight. Will you attempt to do it, Azrall?
Yes, because I like the Ultimate Weapon fight. I really liked the hard version when it came out, and I just thought it was a really good fight. And it's nice for them to go back to older content, because that was something I was always worried about, that once you'd done, the extreme primals and you've gone into Heaven's Ward and you've done those primals, that they would all get forgotten about and you would never see them again. And to me, that was a bit of a waste. So I'm kind of glad that they're now revisiting older content, but making it sort of like fresh and new. So you're going to have, Garuda Ultimate and Titan Ultimate's going to be an absolute scream. God knows what you're going to do with that, but that's going to be pretty fantastic. And also having Ultima Weapon as an ultimate is going to be an awesome tongue twister when you've had a few drinks. So I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into something new but old, which would be interesting. I just hope you don't have to clear Kefka first, because I'm nowhere near that.
Well, it was the case, wasn't it the case? You had to clear 04S to be able to enter Ultimate Bahamut?
That's correct, yeah. You needed to do 04S on Savage. Yeah, sorry, 04 Savage, yeah.
So maybe there's a chance it's going to be similar this time around.
That's just great.
You got till the 5th of June.
What about you guys? Are you going to attempt it?
No, no. I'm not even going to go near that fight. No.
It'll be fine.
I still do not have my gear ready to do Sigmascape Savage, so we are working on that part first.
Yeah, we're getting there slowly.
Yeah. So, next will be Heavens on High, confirmed for 4.35. So that's a big disappointment for Cyretti, I think.
That's an understatement. When I saw that they pushed it back that much, I was really, really sad. Yeah, because I've been looking forward to that for forever, and I was also kind of disappointed with the changes, the new things they implemented, and that just some of the mechanics don't even make sense in the lore of the world. Like, now we will be able to summon the primals in the dungeon.
Yeah, I saw that and got really confused.
Yeah, isn't the point of us being in that world to prevent that?
Yeah, yeah.
And now we're doing it ourselves. So, yeah.
The thing that frustrated me about that is that they said, "Oh yeah, you'll be able to summon the primals in here," and then everyone on the live let was like, "Oh, you can summon primals," but they didn't show it. They didn't show it unless I missed it because I was busy, but they never showed anything. They never explained how it happened. They just kind of went, "Oh yeah, you can summon primals in here now," and all of Twitch chat was like, "Oh really? Oh my god, this is great! Let's do it!" And then that's it. Nothing. They just moved on as if it was a throwaway comment. So
they also.
I'm kind of with you. It's like, okay, I don't get it. We're supposed to be defending from the primals. Why can we summon? But I don't know. It's Square Enix for you, and they're awesome logic.
They also just added 2 new not bowmanders, so. I just hope it looks nice, because I'm kind of tired of the palace look.
Yeah.
It gets kind of boring after a while. The floors from 170 onwards are beautiful again, but everything between 1 and 170 is boring. So I just hope there will be a bit more variety in Heaven on High.
Hopefully, but I can't see it personally.
They have not really shown anything, but they have spoken about new shop and the like. I have tried to follow the explanation of Mr. Happy about this, but there's too many technical terms about the different commander and the new room effect that will be removed and changed and different things. They've also said that now there will be, I don't know, there's something with the silver chest. So you will have more chance to obtain something from that.
That's probably going to be the same as the trimmed sacks, I think. The random loot drops from Palace. So I hope there's nice stuff in there.
And they're going to transfer all the change they are doing for this new deep dungeon to the Palace of the Dead as well. So both dungeons will offer the same kind of content now.
Ooh.
Yep. And after that, let me find my... the new Eureka Zone will be confirmed for the 4.36. So, guys, what time do you think it will be released? Then you have like those patches. You have 4.31 and then 4.35. That means that, is it counting every week? Is it each number show a week or something like that?
I think it's every 2 weeks on average.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the past it's been about 2 weeks, but the fact that they're breaking them up a little bit concerns me, because it kind of means that the next huge content patch is either not finished or they're planning on releasing it a lot later, because there's like lots of big content coming in smaller patches, because you've got obviously the ultimate fight, which actually isn't going to be huge, but they will drop it in there. And you've also got Heaven on High. So if they're going to space that out over the next 4 or 5 months, it kind of begs the question, well, how's the other patch coming on? Okay, I know we're not there yet, but it's still something that I would raise questions about.
Yeah, currently they're drip feeding content. I rather get like just content thrown at my face, like do it whenever you want. But now, wait, do the content, and wait again. So,
Oh, no, sorry. I was just going to say, I was wondering that with the new Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High. So you guess that that's going to be, it could be up to 10 weeks before we see that?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Guess, yeah. It's going to be a while.
Oh, yeah, that means that it will be released in August or something like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think they could plan the release of their patches not related to when the content is ready, but more to counter the release of, for instance, the World of Warcraft new expansion? So they also have something interesting to propose for a Final Fantasy player?
Maybe. I don't know, though, because I find that between Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft, they now have their own fan bases. And I kind of treat them as two separate entities. So if people are going to play World of Warcraft, they're going to play World of Warcraft. And if people are going to play Final Fantasy, they'll play Final Fantasy. And I can see why they would want to, I don't know, break up the patch a little bit. But for me personally, I think it's just down to the fact that the past couple of patches that have been released have had a lot of content in, and people have completed it very quickly and then got very bored. So I don't know if it's because of that reason they're thinking, oh, we'll give you a little bit now, and then a little bit later on, and then a little bit after that, to maybe stop people getting bored. But then again, if you're going to get bored, you're going to get bored. That's just how, that's how boredom works. You know, it's not something that someone else can cure. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's a very good point that you just addressed. Maybe they will test that, and we will see what people enjoy and like. So we'll have to. It's true that every time there is a patch, you have all the players that go back and flock back to the game, and you see that very well on Twitch, for instance, when the interest is dropping, you have less and less streamer. Which is interesting for a small streamer or less known streamer, because suddenly they got interest. And then the new patch that's flooded with everyone. So you really feel in the community the difference when new content is released, or at least I think so. The city are back to full in Salumin size. full of people, etc., etc. Is it time for a new contest? It could be. I will ask our director what he thinks.
Is he hiding somewhere?
No, that will be maybe the one for everyone. Ah, no, okay. It will be to find him again. So once more, guys, it is time to hunt down Belazarus the White. So this big white Rogadin with his big long cloak and his white hat. You cannot miss him. And this time is hidden in central Tanalan. So just go, hurry up, take your teleports and go find him.
It's a shame he's not in Coerthas because it would be slightly difficult. Just blend in with the surroundings. Like, now find me.
Yeah,
Hunt
that's
down
true.
Belazarus the White. That sounded like a side quest.
Yeah, it could be an NPC.
Hunt for Bell.
So one of the new things that is going to happen, and we have more information about it, that might interest some of you, it's the new performance instrument. A lot of people enjoyed very much this new performance thingy that they have added to the Bard. And now they will add more instruments, so you will have a choice. And also the interface has been improved a lot. You can use a keyboard. And the instruments are hautbois, piccolo, clarinet, flute, and pan flute. But interesting, as the request of the player, there will be also instrument for other classes to play, but that will be later on, and it's piano, guitar, and pizzicato.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I mean, I think it's good that now all the classes can play the instruments because, you know, you'll be able to make lovely band videos for YouTube and become YouTube famous. And I think that kind of aspect brings more of a personal touch to it and brings a bit more realism to it. And so if you did want to escape the daily grind of, you know, questing for mobs and crafting, you can get with your buddies and your guildmates and just play some damn music. You know, that sounds pretty good. The only thing I do have a slight issue with is that I hope that it doesn't attract lots of people to be stood in Limsa Laminza just spamming the hell out of the music thing for 20 days in a row. So I had to go around. I had to go around with my sound on mute for 2 days.
That's totally what's going to happen, and you know it.
Yeah.
The only thing for any aspirant to be YouTube famous, I'm afraid to have to disappoint you. Square Enix is very strict with copyright, and so a lot of videos have been removed from YouTube from people that were trying to show what covers they could do with their awesome harp in Limsa Laminza, but it has been removed. So, hey, we have a winner already. Oh my God, has have been fast. Who's that?
That was clearly too big. He needs to shrink. He needs to be a Lalafell.
Yeah. So who has won the prize?
If that's who I think it is, I think it's
Axton.
Yes, it's Axton. Yeah, I've told him to become a Lala many times, but he didn't want to.
Well, congratulations, Axton. You are now rich. Hooray.
You can now buy a chair for your house. Well done.
Yes.
I think I know why he won. He's a ninja. Improves walking speed.
It has been very fast. I've been surprised. I think Belazarus need to find better spot next time.
On the subject of the instruments, I think it's, you know, kind of a smart idea. I mean, whilst I'm not particularly into this aspect of the game, what is abundantly clear to me is that Final Fantasy is a very social game. You know, you have people. When I go to Limsa, I'm amazed by the amount of people who just like sit around, you know, doing emotes and stuff for hours and hours and hours, taking screenshots and all that kind of thing. There's a big social aspect to the game. So anything that they add for those people is a good thing, right? As long as they're not taking stuff away.
Yeah, it's become a very social game for a lot of people. I mean, I don't know. I imagine most of you guys are aware, but have you seen the whole Instagram following
Oh yeah,
Final
of
Fantasy
course.
now has. You just take pictures of your character and upload them on Instagram, and you instantly have 100,000 followers. It's really bizarre. It's just, I'd never thought that doing something like that would just become so popular, and it's pretty awesome. And that's one of the reasons I still play the game, because the social aspect is pretty good.
Yeah.
And even with the instruments, I mean, when they first came out, I was like, oh, this is stupid. Who wants to play the harp all the time? And the funny thing was, I actually got invited to a concert at an FC, and we're all sat in the basement of this large FC house where they put a stage on and rows of chairs. And there was like all these people just sat here listening to loads of people play the harp. And it was like, this is actually quite cool. I've just cancelled an entire evening and sat watching people play the harp in a game. And then trying to explain that to someone who doesn't play games, just so it's like, you watch someone play an instrument in a game. He's like, yeah.
There was one evening when I was just sitting in Limsa, like there were at least 50 people just sitting in front of a guy who was playing numbers on request.
It's just a biggie.
It was very fun. It was just so social, just listening to the guy and throwing out suggestions for what he should play next.
Yeah, I think that's like Nicky said, it's every little new feature they can add. It's really good.
It doesn't hurt anybody, right?
No, indeed. Have we lost Azrall?
I think so. I've been cousin too.
Oh my god, Azrall is gone. No. Okay.
He's back.
Welcome back. I wanted to jump on your microphone is muted, I think.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, Skype just decided to close itself and crash. I was like, okay.
Thank you. That's nice.
I wasn't typing or doing anything I shouldn't have been doing. I was just like, it's gone. Never mind. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back now.
That's all good. I wanted to jump onto your things. Like, I'm part of a community on Discord that's doing daily contests of screenshot and the like, and it's really fun. There's a very large community of supermodel and photographer, and you can see that there's the same for housing, people that are really trying to decorate their home the best as they can, and you see that on the Japanese Twitter, etc. This game really bring different aspects that I think you might find that in Elder Scrolls Online also to some extent. I guess that nowadays game try to explore that because it worked very well, actually.
I think that a lot of MMOs have always had a social aspect. I think just now as technology is growing and MMOs are becoming more accessible to everyone, that the social aspect's becoming more of a requirement rather than a bonus. I mean, even back in the Ion days, I mean, you're going back, 6-7 years ago when me and Belle used to play that together. We used to make our own little contests and our own little social gatherings. I mean, like screenshot things and just sitting around and having a chat or just watching people do different emotes and things. We made our own social nights, and I think it's just grown and become a bigger thing. And developers have noticed that and think, we could make our game more sociable, more accessible to people who want to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's only a positive step.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's nice because it really opened up for people to do different activities. And for some people, even when they have done the whole content that they could do, they have, all the gears, have leveled all their job, whatever, they still have this drive to come back to the game because they have their friend, because they have created bond, because they just relax, they just stay AFK all day long. They're not really playing, but they are still using the game as a platform to socialize and make friends and chat and the likes. I guess there's a lot of people that are using video game nowadays for that aspect.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
On that regard, Final Fantasy has done a really, really great job.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I will say one thing, and this is obviously it's not, a sub story or whatever, but if it wasn't for Final Fantasy, I probably would have died a long time ago. Because I found out that when my raid group and I were raiding, was it Needhog Extreme? We were really struggling with it, and getting it down was quite hard. And then on one night we were raiding, I started getting really bad chest pains, and my arm was feeling funny, and I kind of ignored it for like half an hour. And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. It's just really fine. And then at some point we had to stop because I actually thought I was having a heart attack, but I wasn't.
Oh.
I went to like hospital, whatever, and I found out that my blood pressure was so high it was practically killing me. So if it wasn't for the game, I'd never would have found that out. So I kind of like say, thanks, Needhog, you saved my life, you vicious bastard.
Was it the game causing the high blood pressure then?
Well, no, apparently it was a natural phenomenon, but the game was making it worse because instead of saying, this game is really fun, I was kind of like, oh my God, we keep wiping. Why are we wiping? Just get the tactics right. Oh my God, just being myself.
Needhog almost wiped you.
It's a nice story.
Yeah, it has a happy ending. I didn't die.
Yeah, it's a good thing. God. So, I think we have done everything regarding the news of the live letter. So, as we have been discussing about every point, it is time to do our giveaway for everyone. So it's a giveaway open to everyone. You do not need to be on Cerberus. So the dirty peasant of Odin. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not true. But everyone can participate. And the reward will be an amazing emote. So what we are doing, we will be doing like usual, a little clue. No, not a clue. You will have to guess what is the answer. And I've not done that. I've not prepared it. Okay, let's see if you have been attentive. So first I need to write it to Bell.
He doesn't need to know.
No, Bell needs. Yes, you need to make it in the giveaway. Otherwise, the giveaway is not working. So, guys, have you been attentive? So, if you want this emote, it's an emote code. So, if you have it already, you can give it to your best friend, for instance. Listen carefully. So, I want that you write the name of this lighthouse we are going to visit. So, what is the name of the lighthouse? The new Alliance Red. So, what is the name of the lighthouse of the new Alliance Red?
I can hear people furiously typing into Google as we speak.
Yeah, well. And the prize is on the screen, so you will see what you can earn. That's really, really cool. Graciously offered by Belazarus.
It's over 9,000!
Yeah. Okay, so you just need to write the name, so not the lighthouse in it. So you need to type it correctly. So it's just one word. So not the whole. You don't need to put lighthouse in it. Otherwise, it will not be triggered.
People are not getting it, I think.
Oh, well, so far there's only one person that has it right, so it's going to be fun. Yeah, that's good, guys. Nice to see all the little entries. So one of you will receive this beautiful emote. This is so cool. I have it. Nicky offered it to me. It's really nice. I like the mock station.
Power-up one?
Yeah, it's the powered one. Oh, speaking of the mock station, they are adding always new items, and not long ago they have added new items which are devil and angel glamour that you can wear costume. Have you seen that?
Oh, what? This is separate to the wings you have, or?
The wings, no, the wings are a part of the chest.
Ah, okay.
But each other piece, the gloves, the pants, the boots, and the heads are separated.
Ah, okay. I didn't know there was more. I thought it was just the wings.
And you can dye. You can dye it, actually.
Yeah, I saw somebody with a red one, I think.
Yeah. That's just because you can dye it. And you have the demon and you have the angel one.
Mm-hmm.
Does the demon one come with horns?
Yeah, they have horns actually.
It's a requirement.
Yeah, they have
Just-
dark wings and horns.
It's just a bit too expensive for my taste.
Yeah, the Mug Station items, some of them are good and some of them are worth the money. And then you look at some of the items they bring out and you think, I could go with that. And then you click on it and it's like, yeah, I'm not paying £17 for that.
Yeah, the biggest money was
Carbuncle mount.
yeah, that I was just about to say that's the biggest spend because I saw that mount and it was back when I main summoner. I was like, I have to have this mount because the Lala on the Carbuncle mount is just so cute.
Yeah.
I just had to have that thing. Immediately bought it. Was expensive. I also bought the Carbuncle suit.
Yeah, but what you need to think when you purchase something like that is like, I am providing funds to develop the game further.
I'm already paying subscription.
You're paying a sub.
It's like your Patreon. Yes, not only I'm paying my subscription, but in addition, I'm furnishing more because I really like this game. And then suddenly it's hurt less.
Yeah, the Carbuncle mount and the Carbuncle suit cost as much as 6 month subscription. So
I still think you should get discount for having 5 retainers because that's how many I've got.
Yeah, that's also.
And we have a winner. Congratulations to Beaver TV. Oh, Beaver. Nice. Congratulations.
Congrats.
You have the new emote. This is so cool. Congratulations. Yay. Belle love you. Yeah, apparently it does.
Belle loves everyone.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's nice. It's nice. People like it. Congratulations. Hooray. So maybe it's time to go into the segment for Alith news. So
Yeah.
I'm calling Belle to share the Alith news. We had an echo.
Hello.
Yay!
Hey
Hello.
guys. How are we all?
Waiting with bated
Waiting
breath.
for
Waiting
news.
with bated breath.
I'm
for
looking
the-
forward to the news.
The guild
It's been a while.
news. So yeah, unfortunately, Diz couldn't make it today because she's got something important that she needs to deal with. But she sends her greetings, and unfortunately, you lot are stuck with my boring tones for the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Sultry, sensual tones. you mean.
Sultry, sensual.
But they're beautiful tones.
So I hope that everyone can hear me on the stream because I haven't actually tested my mic on XSplit, but everything appears to be working. So I'm gonna assume everyone can hear me. Somebody will say
Otherwise, this is
something.
going to be very awkward of us talking to no one.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
So if anyone in the chat wants to just confirm that you can hear me, that'd be awesome. But I'm pretty sure it's working. I think everyone's just being polite.
Yeah, everyone is waiting to see
Waiting to hear the news.
what's amazing news you will share with us.
Amazing news. All right, so let me dive straight into it. So we've got a few bits of news. Oh, there we go. Can't hear you, Belle. Evil grin. They're so loud. But yeah, I've got a few bits of news to share with you guys from the guild, from Alith. First one is we have a new skin for our FC house. So after we asked all of our members to vote on their preferred skin for the house, we got a winning vote, and it was for the Shirogane Castle House skin. So we've got a new look. So thank you everyone for casting your vote, and we hope that you like the new look of the guild house. This is really the first step in our kind of revamping of the guild house. So over the next few weeks and months, we'll be asking the members to continue to give your ideas and views in terms of how you'd like to see the house continue to evolve and improve. So we'll be looking at things like oh, you guys are still there. Everyone was standing really still, so I wasn't sure if the connection had dropped.
Sorry.
Like mannequins. So yeah, over the next few weeks, we'll be asking you guys to continue to vote and give us your views on how you'd like to see the house evolve. So that's the first bit of news. Second one is just a reminder that we are still looking for various roles to be filled in the guild. We're still looking for some additional raid leaders. Our raid leading team do an awesome job at bringing lots of fun raids and events to you guys every week and most days of the week. But they do need help. As the raids are getting more and more popular, we're needing to organize more and more raids. So we're definitely in need of some additional raid leaders to join the team. We're also still looking for recruitment champions. So if anyone wants to help us continue to grow the guild, help us to attract new members to the community, then get in touch with us if you're interested in the recruitment side of things. And finally, we are still looking for Alith-Cast presenters to join us here on the show. So obviously we've got a amazing team that you see in front of you, but we've definitely still got some availability to have some additional presenters join us to be on the show regularly. And to be honest, the only thing that you need to qualify for the role is you need to love the game, love talking about the game, happy to share your opinion, not camera shy. And that's pretty much it. So if you're interested, if you've enjoyed watching Alith-Cast and you want to join us and join in the fun and the chit chat, then get in touch because we'd love to have you on the team. So the next bit of news is just an update on raiding. So to be honest, everything is going well on the raiding front. We've got Disdemona, Evan and Sav, who are our 3 amazing raid leaders, and they are continuing to bring awesome raids nearly every day of the week. We've got our event calendar on the homepage of our website, so if anyone wants to join in the fun and the raids, we've got both learning raids and completion raids. So the learning raids are for people who are still getting used to the content, learning, and want to do the dungeons in a relaxed, friendly, supportive environment. And Elloa and Nicky and Cyretti, I'm sure you've all enjoyed our learning raids.
Yep.
And we've also got completion raids for those of you who already know the mechanics, are pretty confident with the content, and are looking to get the clear. So we've got raids for all levels of experience, whether you're new or whether you're experienced. There's something for you. And of course, we've got other raid events like the older raid content. If you want to join us to do some of the Heavensward and Realm Reborn trials, we do that on those events. And we've got the regular Monday Eureka Fate Farming event, which is very popular, and we had 2 full groups last time. And I think Elloa and Nicky, that was your first Alith Eureka raid, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good old
It's just very
Eureka.
cool.
So those are still going as well. So plenty of raids happening, guys, and we welcome everyone to join us. Don't be afraid, don't be nervous. All the raid leaders and the members are really supportive and helpful, so join in the fun. And just another reminder that we're currently looking for nominations for our monthly Alith member awards. So if you want to recognize a fellow guild member for just making a positive difference, even if it's just for being helpful, being friendly towards you, or somebody who's helping to make the guild an awesome community, and you want to recognize them, we're accepting nominations for awards. If you go into our forum, there's a thread that Aiden, one of our officers, has posted, which has all the instructions on how you can nominate a fellow guild member to win one of our awards. So please do definitely send in your nominations. And the last bit of news we've got is some of you will remember that earlier on in the year we asked all of our members to suggest some names for our airships in the free company, and we did a poll and we were able to vote for some names for our free company airships. Now that we have submarines, we're doing the same thing. So there's a forum thread currently up for members to post your suggestions and ideas for names for our free company submarines. Once we've got your suggestions, we'll be putting a poll up asking you guys to vote, and you get to choose the names of our free company submarines. So get on the forum, post your votes, and let's name our submarines. that is pretty much the news, guys. So thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure to finally speak on the show once in a blue moon.
It's always nice to have you speaking.
It's my pleasure.
It's always good to hear your voice, Belle. It's always good to hear.
Yeah.
Such a found the missing cast though.
Yeah, I know.
That's true. So thanks again, guys. Elloa, Cyretti, Nicky, Az, thanks for coming on the show today. You guys have been awesome, and just keep up the good work. And I hope that we continue to see people come and join us for the show. And also, I just want to really quickly say thank you to all of our members in the community in Alith. Really, it's down to you guys that we have such an awesome community, and without you guys, we don't have a guild. So just from me, thank you for making me proud of the community we've built, and I'm very excited for the months and years ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Belle.
See you later.
It's going to be awesome. There's plenty of cool content, and the guild, the free company is evolving, and that's great. Always new stuff going on, and more more friends. By the way, maybe we need you to change server. Azrall? Yeah, like servers.
I'm too ingrained into the Odin foundations to move now.
But
maybe one day, I don't know. Maybe, but
maybe you can create an alt.
I could create an alt, and I do have an alt on Cerberus.
But just level it.
I think.
Come play with us.
No, come on. I'm not going to do the A Realm Reborn story all over again. Come on.
Buy the book.
I could buy it. I could buy it. I could, but no. I mean, it's something that I've considered, and I've been on Odin for like 3.5 years now, and I can't abandon my raid team. I need to guide them. I need to guide them.
Yeah, you need to bring them with you. Massive servers, migration to Aliths.
We can look forward to the eventual server merge that's going to happen in 2 years' time when the game starts dying down and they need to merge servers.
Oh, God. No, the game is going better and better. There's more and more people that are playing it. So they have almost reached 10 million subscriber at some point, which is quite amazing because that's what World of Warcraft reached in Wrath of the Lich King. So it's pretty good. It's pretty impressive when you think that this game almost failed completely with 3,000 subscribers at some point. Yeah. So it's a nice reverse. It's really a phoenix.
Currently, it's one of the biggest MMOs out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
I think it's last time I checked, it was actually the second biggest after World of Warcraft. So
I think it is.
Yeah, but I think that sometimes, because World of Warcraft does not release its number anymore, I think that sometimes they probably are, like doing this. Yoshi said at some point, we have not beaten yet Blizzard, but who knows since then? I mean, even to be at that point to beat Blizzard is quite an achievement in itself.
Yeah, I think that it will eventually surpass World of Warcraft because World of Warcraft is now 50 years old. It feels
something like that.
It feels like it's 50 years old, and it will come to an end at some point. It has to. It's not going to live forever. If it does, I will be pleasantly surprised because I don't think that'll ever happen. But there won't be a point where this game will surpass World of Warcraft if Square Enix continue to fund it. I know Yoshi P said at one of the live letters, or I think it was in a big interview, he only sees 2 more expansions to complete the 14 story. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully it's more than 14. But then again, so more than 2. Sorry. But then again, when Final Fantasy XVIII comes out, that'll be another MMO that we'll all have to play.
Okay. So I think we had done a very nice show tonight, and that it is soon time to say good night and wish everyone a very, very good day or a very good evening. Or if you watch this on YouTube, thank you so much. And thanks to the chat room to be there and follow us and reacting and commenting in the chat. That's really, really, really nice. So first of all, Azar, I didn't know you before this show, and I'm really, really glad I did. It was great to meet you.
Likewise, it's been absolutely awesome being here, and I would love to come back if you wanted to have my non-biased opinions about everything I hate. and I would quite happily come back. It'd be good to do some more podcasts with you if that's what you want. I would love to come back, and hopefully once the cross-link shell and cross-party things are actually properly working and all sorted, then I'll come join you guys for some raids. That would be a good idea and a good dream.
That would be great.
You can always just come to Cerberus.
I'm not changing service.
we can cross walls.
Good try.
Keep poking.
We can do. We could do a multi-stream at some point in.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
The new deep dungeon or something like that. That's gonna be fun. Well, where can people see you again? Can you remind everyone?
Yeah, if you guys want to come check out my stream, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at the moment. Sometimes Saturdays, depending on when my raid falls. If you want to see Final Fantasy content, you're best checking me out on Thursday and Sunday over at my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Azrall. Can I paste the link in chat? Is that all right? Can I paste links without getting banned?
I don't know. I'm not the one that's handling that part.
Oh, will you ban me if I do that?
But it is shown on the screen, so everyone can see your little
cool
name and everything. Yeah, here we go. Awesome.
It's awesome. But I'll do a quick plug. I am looking to try and reach 200 followers by sort of like the end of the summer. And if I do reach 200 followers, I'm going to eat red hot spicy ramen and destroy my mouth as a kind of reward. So if you guys want to see me kill myself on stream, feel free to follow me. And I look forward to seeing you while I play some Final Fantasy.
Okay, let's do this. Everyone, go follow him right now.
You can. Without saying it, you can also get really cool merchandise. Just
nice. And
shameless plug. I'm sorry, I'll get banned.
No, go ahead. Where can we follow you on Twitter as well?
Yes, I'm on Twitter at Azrall. It's AZRALL. It's really simple and really easy. I could have Azrall on Twitter. I was quick enough then. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Azrall. Follow me and I'll follow you back. I'm quite happy to chat about absolutely anything on there. So feel free to add me and spam me everything. Go for it.
Okay, that's great. Do you have other social media or something you want to add?
I do have Instagram. No, I don't have. Don't follow me on Instagram because I just post pictures of food and cats.
Well, that's great.
Again, I have Instagram, and that's Azrall1 on Instagram if you want to follow me. And if you want to follow my boring Final Fantasy character on Instagram, so I have Azrall Avarice as one word, _ FF14, and then you'll see lots of pictures of my Dragoon looking really moody. And Cyretti, you did ask me what class I played earlier on, and I completely ignored the question. I wasn't being rude, I just forgot to answer it. But I main Dragoon for everything else, but I have to raid as a warrior because no one else would tank.
Oh.
So basically, I raid as a warrior, and I main Dragoon. So
okay.
I'm a good tank, and I like to lie in AoEs.
Well, Nicky's maining a Dragoon too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I like my Dragoon.
Yeah, it's cute. Nicky, it's your turn to plug yourself. So what do you want to say?
Okay, I don't have any social media that I want anybody to follow me on. However, I do want to remind you about the stream me and Elloa have tomorrow. We are doing a complete run through of Sigmascape on normal with viewers, and I think we've got some spots left, right?
Yeah.
For a full group. So if you're interested in doing that with us, join Twitch tomorrow. What time are we starting? It's going to be at
21 Central Europe time or 20 UK time.
Perfect.
And yes, and it's open. We still need tanks, 1 healer, and 3 DD. So you're very welcome to join the fun, and that's going to be super cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
And it's open to anyone on Chaos.
Oh, is it? I'm on the Chaos Data Center. How convenient.
Convenient, and we might need a warrior.
What are you doing? Sigma normal, did you say?
Yeah, just normal. Yeah.
What time?
21.
UK time.
8 o'clock UK time. Hang on, let me check my raid schedule.
Oh, that's really cool. You
Let
see,
me
we are
check my
making
raid
little
schedule.
rendezvous.
Seal the pins. No, that's not the one I want. Where are we?
Meanwhile, Cyretti, do you have a Twitter?
No.
Not just what?
I do not have Twitter. No, I don't really have anything of social media wise to share. I'm just I'm just a random Lala from Cerberus.
Okay, so we can follow you on Cerberus.
Yes, just in game or in Discord or anything.
It helps if I'm in the right channel. There we go. I'm raiding tomorrow. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's okay.
I am raiding tomorrow. I do. Very sorry. If you're still going when I finish, then I'll let you know. But,
okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Otherwise, another time. There will be all the time.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's super cool. Okay, so guys, here are also all the information that are related to our free company Aliths. So you can follow us on our website. You have the email in case you want to send Belazarus some love letters or thanks letters. You have our YouTube. So every episode are posted on YouTube after. There's of course the Twitch, but that you know because you see us, the Facebook and the Twitter, obviously. Alith is always recruiting nice person. So if you're kind, if you want a nice family, active guilds that is very well organized. And I'm sorry if I'm doing a plug here, but it's a very long time I follow Alith, and it's a very nice guild because it's very well managed, and you always have good activities that are organized. It's in the same time professional and very casual friendly, which usually don't go well together. Either you have a casual messy guild or you have a very strict hardcore guild. But Alith is really welcoming for new players that doesn't know anything about the game, and altogether people that are skilled, that will teach you. So it's very nice. So if you're looking for a very nice free company, I really recommend you Alith, even if I'm part of it. But I do it also as an external person that has a good experience in guilds management and such. So here we go.
I'd like to say as well that although I'm not in Alith now, when I have been part of Alith in the past, it's been a very fun experience, and it's been a really cool guild to be in. Everyone's wonderful, everyone's lovely, and you will have a lot of fun. So if you are FC-less and you're looking for somewhere to go, and you're not on Odin, then then feel free to check Alith out, because you won't regret it.
Yep, indeed. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care of yourself, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.